spectacular ocean views not far away from the home of the Florida Atlantic Owls, FAU Stadium in Boca Raton, Florida, where they hope this game lives up to the setting. Today, two teams collide in an old-fashioned SEC showdown. The Razorbacks will kick it away to start us off. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Owls offense takes the field to start this game off. And here he is, guys. Anytime he takes the field, he is in complete control of this offense.
And David, he gives defensive coordinators nightmares because of his ability. They're going to have a hard time slowing him down.
No, he just doesn't have those weaknesses, those flaws, the whole playbook available, and he is a dude.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Looking for room at the 40. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
The offense making a statement early in this game. They're going to open the entire playbook, and they're going to show this defense so many different looks and try to keep them on their heels. I love that play call. You could see the defense wasn't sure what was going on.
A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation.
A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Florida Atlantic! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish the deal with a 26-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So Arkansas's offense has its first opportunity of the day. These two dudes who both come off the edge can wreck an offensive day, Jesse.
Man, these quarterbacks better have an internal clock working today. If you hold on to the football, you are getting sacked.
Yeah, best athletes on the field are defensive linemen, and when you got guys like this that can get after the quarterback, points will be at a premium.
Can't get him to the ground. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
He's tackled at the 27.
They'll line up for a second down play. Takes the handoff. It's Little. At the 40, there he goes. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels in 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Working that left side. Afterburner's coming. Touchdown, Razorbacks! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reed.
Wide open, he makes the catch. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback checking off. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. He'll take another shot here. Grabs it inside the 10. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Owls. And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable top 25 clash. Minnesota packed a wallop today, and in many ways felt like it packed Gophers Nation with them too. This was supposed to be a road test, and instead, it felt like a walk through the park in Minneapolis.
The toss to the right.
A top 25 clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. On second down, wants to throw it. With the catch, it's Mason. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. And he just throws it away on third down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. And the Razorbacks will send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Now on second down and short. He's looking to throw. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He's looking to throw it. It's complete on the right side. At the 35, he's open. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Man, and that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find the...
Got enough space. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was closed out by the fantastic 25-yard touchdown run. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. He's looking to throw. And that ball is picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Movement here from the tight end. They'll try the run. Still running at the 40. Oh, look out. Big, big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. And guys, Florida Atlantic is on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. getting this guy lathered up.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
On second down, he's looking downfield. It's complete to the right. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert third and short from the 30? They'll try to power their way ahead. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Nice job by this offense converting the third down. Listen, third and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. Third downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
And he drops it, just took his eye off of it at the last minute. Couldn't connect on first down. Now 2nd and 10 from the 24. They'll go to the ground. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him one to the 23. From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down. Throws to the wideout. Ball in the air, intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion. You get that turnover and you try to punch them hard immediately on the first play, and they come up with a big gain.
And when the defense is running on the field, you are thinking sudden change, sudden change. When they create a turnover, a lot of times offenses want to be aggressive. They were, and they get rewarded.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. 2nd down coming up. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Past the 40. And he breaks into the open. Touchdown, Owls! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the finisher coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the middle mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Running back searching for a hole. Pretty good job of running to get to there to the 32. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get the first through the air. Caught behind the line. It's Little.
Let's give the defense there some credit on 3rd down. They took all the options away, throwing downfield, forced him to check it down to his back in the perimeter, and then they rushed to the ball carrier, showing you the speed, nowhere to go, forcing him out of bounds.
Fair catch, called for and made. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
We've reached the the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. Caught near the sticks. It's Perkins. Brought down at the 28. A chunk play. 50. That one and a first down.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Quick timeout from the... Save precious seconds.
And that's what this defense needs to get going. You've given up a bunch of touchdowns. You haven't been great early, but now you finally get some pressure, get the quarterback to the ground. Now maybe start turning this defense around.
He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
And when this quarterback is in a rhythm, this offense is really hard to stop. You've seen that on this drive.
Quarterback sneaks it forward and into the end zone for a touchdown. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here.
Arkansas, 7.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half.
And the freshman will chalk up a sack. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Razorbacks send out the punt unit. He'll wave for the fair catch and haul it in at the 25. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score.
Looking deep down the right side. A full dive to haul that one in. Florida Atlantic races to the line. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Comes out throwing on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off.
That makes the score. Florida Atlantic, 49. Arkansas.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. Bulldozes his way through. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll throw it on first down. He's looking deep. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. So now on comes the field goal unit. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. Let's not say they cut into the deficit with the field goal. Maybe just, I don't know, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. They'll throw it on first down. He wants to go deep. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Boca Raton.
Florida Atlantic will try to kick it deep and break the seal on this second half. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
Makes the catch, and he's brought down. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the right. And here's the third interception of the night. Touchdown, Owls! How about that D coming up with a play like that? The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, then thought, don't get caught, and he did the pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play, but defense, great job making the interception, and you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Takes this handoff and headed to the right. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Great running backs consistently make people miss, and he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, and to the next, and to the next. The offensive line going to have to do a lot better job, giving him some more space so we can get out in the open field and make some plays for this offense.
Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third down, going up top. Lofts one high and deep. And it's his 4th interception of the game. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guys. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big...
Gonna take a shot. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And that's another FAU.
Florida Atlantic going back to work after moving the chains. Going up top on first down. He'll try to do it himself. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third. Trying to pick up a first down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He'll be stopped short, picks up one, but they're facing 4th and 1.
Fourth down coming up.
Okay, ready? No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. Quick pass on the jet motion. And not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and is going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
Touchdown, Owls! And the beatdown has ensued. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
They think there's room to run to the right here. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Wants to fire on second down. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Hopefully that's not going to affect the quarterback's confidence going back to this guy later. That was a catch he should have made. He dropped it. Let's see what the QB does moving forward.
Unloads to the wideout. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Really nice play on the pick. Was looking for a little more yardage, but great field position at the 34. Wideout in motion. Well, jet sweep pass. Oh, look out, there he goes. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. And guys, Florida Atlantic has the edge. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. With the run on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Owls! And the punishment has been extended. They put another one on the board here in the 4th quarter, and how about this team? Just a lone blemish on the resume and about to go to 10-1. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
70, Arkansas, 10.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. Scrambling away. Breaks the tackle. And he left the first defender grabbing at air before he was finally tackled. And the Razorbacks have their offense in high gear.
Let's go! Hey, Cam!
He's going to pass. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Just trucks through it. This senior quarterback never afraid to run it when he has to pick up a first down. The Razorbacks come to the line with a new set of downs. To the ground with the back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Tried to pound it on first down. Now back to the line.
Second down.
Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Finds his big tight end. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He's right on target. That's a live ball. How in the world did the offense retain possession? Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Got some work to do on 2nd down after that last one. They need 13. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. No, what a move! Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Now on 2nd down. They're going to throw it again. Moving away from pressure. Short gain on the play before he slides.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes. They do it with the...
Unleashes one deep. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception.
Off he goes. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They want that clock to run. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like, when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. It's complete. A huge pickup.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the 4th quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive. Pedal to the metal.
This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And
they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do